Hello everyone, I'm Rose. This week I'm sub-hosting for Michele, I think. So this week we are talking about substitutions in spells. The first second that I read this topic was like, I'm not sure what this means. So I asked Tara and the other guys from the channel what it means, and basically it means, for example, you have a spell you want to work with and they ask for frankincense, basil, peppermint, I don't know, but you don't have those ingredients. What do you have to do? Well, basically what I do is, if I use a spell from the internet or a book, I basically don't do that, but if I would do that, I would do a lot of research on what those herbs would mean in that spell, like what is their purpose in that spell. And then I would search on the internet or in my books something else, like another herb that has the same purpose for that spell. And I would just put those in my spell that I have at home, because I do have a lot of herbs, but I don't have everything. That's impossible. So the main thing that I really want to talk about is you really don't need any materials for a spell if you just have a good intent. So I'm thinking what I want to say. Okay, sorry. So basically, let's say I want to do a money spell. Everyone wants that in their life, of course. So you want to put basil in it, green herbs, and blah, 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 blah. What if you don't have herbs at your home, but you really want to do the spell? Basically, just do a meditation, think about the money, visualizing everything, your intent is correct, and bam, your spell works, really. So why do people use all these materials and stuff? It's just for symbolism, the energy, and it just adds up, and it wakens up things in your incense and your visualizing that makes a little bit extra energy, but it's not really necessary. I really like to make my own spells and my own rituals and everything, because the reason is, if you make it yourself, the first thing that you will do, I hope so, is doing research, and doing the research already is putting energy and intent into your spell. I'm really okay, anyway, so if you use your research and stuff, you know already, okay, this is for this is for this, blah blah blah. So I really think it is I lost it again, sorry, I'm very chaotic today. It's probably because it is the full moon tonight, because I'm pre-recording this. Anyway, so intent, very important. And I was saying, yes, if you do research and you prepare your spell, the intent is already working, the energy is already working, and the magic is already happening. Then after you did your research, you gather all the herbs, and gathering those herbs is also putting energy into your spell already. After that, you just do your incense, candles, whatever you are doing with your spell, and it really adds up. And if you make it yourself, you also put your own energy into your intent, and that's very important. You can, let's give an example. You are just a beginning witch or Wiccan or pagan or whatever you want to call yourself, and you're like, ooh, I see this nice spell in a book, okay, and it needs this and this and this and this. Okay, I'm going to gather this, I'm gonna fire the candle, burn the incense, and think about it real quick, bam, and my spell is done. And then a few weeks later, you're like, oh, it didn't work. Why not? Well, it didn't work because it's really important to know what you are doing, to understand what you are doing, and just, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. I can't explain this. I have an amazing example about substitutioning. Oh my God. For changing ingredients into a spell. Sorry. So I made a incense today I'm not sure if you can see it. It's not a lot because it's just for the full moon tonight. And I didn't want to waste all my herbs and all the other stuff that I put in. So I just made a little bit. And then, like, I think a week ago, I wrote down my whole ritual and added all the ingredients that I wanted, blah, blah, blah. And today I was reading my list. I was like, oh, I wrote down frankincense, but I don't have that at home anymore. So I was like, what should I do? The thing that I did was I researched what is frankincense for. Why did I wrote that down again? Because I forgot. And then I was like, oh, okay, I did it for the zodiac sign Saggitarius because the sun is right now in Sagittarius. And I was like, okay, so I did that for this sign. Let's look up some other herbs for that sign. And I found sage, which I really can relate, that I understand that it's sage for Sagittarius. So instead of the frankincense, I did sage in it. And for me, it means the same. So if it means for me the same, it's my energy, it's my intention. My ritual will work that way, even though I didn't have the frankincense, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's really my opinion about what to do. So yes, so to order everything that I said, you can change ingredients. It's even better if you make your own spells, recipes, and all that. And your intent is the most important thing. On the other hand, I met this girl. She is very new to Wicca. And she was like, oh, I don't have the money for this, and I don't have the money for this, and I don't have the tools, and it and it. So what I told her is, your pet, your Wiccan pet or pagan pet or whatever, is as expensive as you make it to be. I have all this fancy stuff, but you don't need it, not at all. When I was first started, I didn't have money for anything like tools or stuff. So I was like, but I really want to have a wand and a pentacle and a chalice and it and this and this and this. So what I did, and I'll show you guys, is I just went to the forest with a friend of me. She's amazing. And I made my own wand. As you can see, it's all jewelry, ribbon that I found in a box that I always keep with leftovers for things that I don't wear anymore. So it's just wood. I don't know what wood it is, and it makes me sad. But just that energy that's in your wand, it doesn't have to be fancy from a shop with a crystal on the top and all that. It doesn't have to be like that. If it's your intention, it will work in your magic spells. Another thing that I made, I think 4 or 3 years ago, is my little pentacle. And if you Google it, you will see a lot of fancy, beautiful things. But it's just that intent, again, that is what matters. So just take some clay, make your own pentacle, and it works just as fine, and maybe even better because it's your own energy in it. So I also made a broom, but it's hanging on my wall over there, so I can't grab it and like show it, but it's amazing. So if it's your own energy, and if you know what you're doing and what everything means, you're just fine. Don't worry. Okay, so I will make a next video like in a few minutes, and I will post it for the next week because I want to talk about Yule, the winter solstice. So I'll see you guys next week. And blessed be.